Welcome everyone to another exciting video. So I have to my left Lukasz, myself in the middle, then Cook Dart, Alan Cook to the right. What we're trying to do here is we are trying to trio Lugia with just Tyranitars, and it is partly cloudy. So we're partly cloudy booths. So we're using Smackdown and Stone Edge. And this is a double psychic Lugia. So in theory, we shouldn't need to, we shouldn't have to feint. Well, at least we shouldn't feint. Because Tyranitar, as its dark typing, double resist both the Zen Headbutt and Future Sight. You can see how little damage it does. And in theory, like if we're not going to feint, each of our Tyranitars should last about 50 seconds, which I think is about right, because even the next Future Sight won't feint us. We're spinning a little bit, but looks pretty good. We're going to get off this next Stone Edge. Looks good. And then we'll probably feint to the next Future Sight. You'll see here, right here, boom, 53 seconds on the first Tyranitar. So it's looking pretty good. We did try a couple different times. We tried it with Colton, Colonel Hotlock, if you guys are familiar with that trainer name. A very famous trainer for using his slackings a lot for tier 2 and 3 solos. So here it's looking pretty good. What we want to do is by the time it hits 200 seconds, we want to be well past the third number in the CP. Usually that's a pretty good gauge that we're on time. We're not going to feint, which means that we don't have to be that far ahead in damage relative to time, because like if we do need to relobby, like ideally you hit yellow by like 160, something like that, just give you enough time to relobby and go back in. So here it's looking pretty good. It's not looking fantastic. Even Tyranitar partly cloudy boosted. It doesn't have like the world's greatest DPS. It is useful for sure, especially since due to its resistances. You'll see here it's looking pretty good. And this is like a fun challenge that we wanted to do, because if you guys are familiar, we did trio Lugia with Raikou in rain by accident. No, not by accident. We were going into the raid knowing it was gonna be a trio, but we didn't think we were gonna able to do it. So there we flipped it. I think it was like mid 50s, 150s. So it's looking pretty good as long as we don't feint, which is gonna be extremely unlikely. Right now we're still on our third Tyranitar. I am spinning like crazy, as you can see here. I am in a foreign country to me, so my internet's not acting the greatest, but that's perfectly fine. And you'll see here, hopefully Alan will get off this Stone Edge. No, looks like he fainted before he got off the Stone Edge, which is fine. Like we're making decent time, and we all have level 40 Smackdown Stone Edge Tyranitars, which is like, even though Smackdown is not really one of my most favorite moves because it's very slow EPS, it does add a different element to Tyranitar, making some of these things that we weren't able to do before possible. So here, looking pretty good. Alan and I are great friends at this point in time, and I think we're just good friends with Lukasz, because we just met each other at GoFest. So we should be flipping it pretty soon, hopefully. Yep, 80 seconds, so we're about 5 seconds ahead. Unless we have like really terrible RNG, then we should be fine. But like terrible RNG is way less likely with moves that do very little damage, just because you're way less likely to waste a bunch of XP. We did waste a lot of energy there because we weren't able to get off the Stone Edge. And I can't tell. I think I'm on number 5 Tyranitar. So it's looking like pretty good here. I have one whole Tyranitar left, and which is what we predicted anyways. I think my last Tyranitar is 36.25. Again, the IVs make like a very marginal difference when it comes to these raids. They're just like, this is nice to have the best possible counters possible, including like IVs, just so you can try to do as much damage as possible. So looks like we just need one more Stone Edge, and we should be good. This Future Sight's coming. Good thing about Future Sight is a 1-bar move, so it's very predictable when it's going to come. And you'll see here, we should be able to feint it with just our smackdowns. It did come pretty early, actually. And we actually entered our 6th Tyranitar. It doesn't make a huge difference. There's Confetti at 2-3 seconds. Another exciting trio. If you guys have other trios, duos, whatever you want us to do, let me know in the comments. And we'll be happy to try to take on these new challenges. Thanks, everyone.